feel that game sort of slipped away from you?
I think we had our chance, I think, in the field. First few overs, we took a couple of early wickets. The run was under 7 runs and over. But the way Devon have batted, I think he has been prolific in his batting. Last few innings, they have been very consistent. But we had our chance, as I've said, in the boundary, but that went for 6. And I think bowlers bowled really well. I can't blame the bowlers. They bowled really well. Maybe a few slight misfielding that cost us few more boundaries. I would have chased 190 odd. I think it would have been chased. Having said that, I think losing wickets in clusters, I think, won't make a difference to win a game. That's what I've been doing. Keep repeating the same mistakes. But one positive thing that I would like to take, that the intent was there, which is a good thing to see. And T20 games, it might happen. You might bowled out for 100, 120, but at least if you are willing to show that that you are going to win this game, then probably we might have a chance.
Did you feel you were a little bit unlucky with that decision for Conway's 6? That, soft signal was out,
yeah,
but in the TV replay didn't seem conclusive?
No, straight away I've asked my fielder, Shariful, that whether it's a 6 or not, but he was confused, so that's why probably I thought that probably it might go for 6, and it was very tiny gap to see, but it's okay, because at the end of the day it's the umpire's decision and we need to respect that.
Obviously pretty inexperienced side at the moment without Shakib for the whole tour, and then Tony
Right.
not here as well. So was that promising, some of the young guys?
Yeah, I think it's a very good opportunity to the younger guys, especially like players like Naeem Sheikh, Afif, 2 debutants today. So it's a good opportunity for them to show the world how good they are. But yes, we might not get all our experienced players at a time, but we need to deal with it, and we need to put a step up, and someone needs to raise their hand and show that he is capable of winning matches for Bangladesh.
I've had a couple of hat-trick balls recently, and they've been really bad deliveries. So I kept thinking about the last 2, which wasn't ideal. But Tim Southey was at the top at slip, and I asked him whether I bowl a googly or a leg spinner, and he said, I don't know, you pick. So I did that. Yeah, it did. Unfortunately, didn't get the wicket, but no, you can't get wickets every ball, can you?
Just been pretty delighted with that effort all round.
Yeah, it's just awesome to get a win. I think a few quite young guys from Bangladesh that we haven't seen before came out and played some pretty expensive shots early. I think they got off to a really good start, put us under a bit of pressure, and so to get a couple of wickets to kind of stunt that run rate that they were going at, I think was awesome. And then towards the back end, I guess it was hard for them to keep that run rate up while they would keep losing wickets. So that's I guess obviously quite pleasing for us.
Yeah, you sort of set them a tough target by sort of accelerating through that last. It was about 60 runs off the last 4 overs or so. That gave you something to bowl at really well.
Well, it's just the way these days. I think, the nature of the grounds, the wickets are pretty good, quite small boundaries. We've got very destructive players that keep, coming in and doing well straight away. Like Will Young today, hasn't played international T20 cricket, but came out with the freedom that he does in domestic cricket and played really well, alongside supported by Glenn Phillips at the end there, but set up really well by Devon Conway, who's just continuing to score runs. Yeah.
Did it feel quite different today? Obviously, there's a lot of guys who would be pushing, either regulars or pushing for a spot in that T20 side that have been given the break. Did it feel sort of different with the setup today? Does it feel a bit of a fresh feel about the side?
Oh, not too much. I think we've played quite a few series where guys are rested. The international schedules these days are just so demanding, and so we've had quite a bit of chopping and changing. I think the great thing about that is guys are coming in and performing, and regardless of what the feel of the team is, they have that kind of license to be able to go and express themselves. I think that's down to great leadership. I think Tim's been a fantastic captain in Kane's absence. Sometimes can go unnoticed, but I think he's a phenomenal leader by example, and also the way that he changes his bowlers up. So that kind of sets it up for us, and I think it's great to see that it's reflecting in wins.
I suppose you fit into that category as well, don't you, in terms of someone coming into that side with a hunger to perform after missing out on the other guys?
Yeah, I guess so. it was the kind of way that wanted to go, to have that one spinner in the ODIs, and I think in New Zealand conditions it's quite hard to fit in two spinners all the time. But yeah, it's great to be back, and had a couple of good weeks playing 4-day cricket, which I think is really good for building your skill level up. So a couple of good hard weeks of some graft on some pretty flat wickets, I think sets you up pretty good for T20 cricket.
Was the Gordon Ball the highlight of them, or was it the Googly?
Yeah, the Gordon Bowl's always nice. I can't actually remember it. Yeah, the left-hander. Yeah, no, that was nice. I remember taking it and I was like, oh, it's just in the air for so long, and I'd already gone on my way down, and no, it was nice to get a couple of wickets.
And the T20 World Cup boom's pretty big for yourself.
Yeah, it's obviously a really exciting schedule over the next 6 months, and then obviously beyond as well, with another T20 World Cup the year after that. So it's just about refining those skills, building on what's worked really well over the last wee while for us as a team and individuals, but also finding a way to be competitive in those conditions, because they are so different to our own. Albeit it was probably a little bit more similar to Asian conditions out there today, but majority of the time we play on wickets that are very different, so adaptability is going to be massive, and there's a couple of tours before that World Cup in Asian conditions which I think are going to be really important for our build-up.
One win away, the side's one win away from winning all 7 series or something. It's been a spectacular success rate, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 7 series in a row, I mean it's pretty special stuff. 2 opportunities to do it, but I guess you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. Like I said, these guys that we haven't really seen a lot of, some of the Bangladeshis are new and I've never played against them, and they were really surprising today. Played some really aggressive and expansive shots, so on grounds like Napier, Short Square, and then Eden Park obviously, it's going to be challenging to bowl to these guys, so we're just going to have to be really, really patient and keep working hard. Yeah, he did look sharp, didn't he? It's pretty cool watching from side on. I think the balls always look quicker when you're side on. He's bowling really well. The fact that he can come out again and get those couple of wickets and bowl some really, really tough overs, execute the way he did after a long time out, is a huge credit to him.
আমি নারী, চলতে পারি কঠিন স্রোতে, দিশাহারা তারার সাথে হতাশাকে ছুঁড়ে ফেলে স্বপ্ন দেখাতে পারি। রীতিমতো ইতিহাস গড়লেন স্টেফানি ফ্রাপা। ছেলেদের কাতার বিশ্বকাপ বাছাইয়ের ম্যাচে এই প্রথম কোনো নারী রেফারি ম্যাচ পরিচালনা করলেন। শনিবার নেদারল্যান্ডস লাটভিয়া ম্যাচটা তাই হয়ে রইল ইতিহাসের অংশ হিসেবে। অনেক প্রথমের রেকর্ডের নামের পাশে অবশ্য আছে এই ফ্রেঞ্চ নাগরিকের নাম। 2019 সালে প্রথম নারী রেফারি হিসেবে লিগ 1 ম্যাচ পরিচালনা করেছিলেন। চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগেও একই রেকর্ড আছে তার। ইউএফা সুপার কাপেও আছে ম্যাচ পরিচালনার অভিজ্ঞতা। এখন পর্যন্ত তার সিভিতে সবথেকে বড় কৃতিত্ব অবশ্য 2019 নারী বিশ্বকাপের ফাইনালে রেফারিং করা। তবে এত প্রথমের সাথে এটা নিশ্চিতভাবে বলা যায় এই কাজে তিনিই শেষ নন। ইউক্রেনের ক্যাটরিনা মঞ্জুল আজকের অস্ট্রিয়া ফারো আইল্যান্ডের ম্যাচটা পরিচালনা করবেন। ফ্রাপার দায়িত্বে থাকা ম্যাচটিতে 2-0 গোলে স্বস্তির জয় তুলে নিয়েছে নেদারল্যান্ডস। এদিকে ড্র করেছে ক্রিশ্চিয়ানো রোনালদোরা। বেলগ্রেডে শনিবার রাতে সার্বিয়ার বিপক্ষে ম্যাচটি শেষ হয়েছে 2-2 গোলের সমতায়। তবে খেলার ফল ছাপিয়ে আলোচনায় রোনালদো রেগে যাওয়ার ঘটনা। পরিষ্কারভাবে গোল লাইন ক্রস করলেও রেফারির ভুল সিদ্ধান্তে বাতিল হয় গোল। গোল না পেয়ে খেপে যান এই পর্তুগাল তারকা, দেখতে হয় হলুদ কার্ড। তবে ম্যাচ শেষের কয়েক সেকেন্ড আগে ক্যাপ্টেনের আর্মব্যান্ড ছুঁড়ে মাঠ ছেড়ে বেরিয়ে যান তিনি। ইনস্টাগ্রামে জানিয়েছেন ক্ষুব্ধ প্রতিক্রিয়া। 2 ম্যাচে সমান 4 পয়েন্ট নিয়ে এ গ্রুপের শীর্ষে আছে সার্বিয়া, পর্তুগাল 2-এ। জি গ্রুপে টানা দ্বিতীয় জয় পেয়েছে তুরস্ক। দিনের অন্য ম্যাচে নরওয়েকে 3-0 গোলে হারিয়েছে তারা। ই গ্রুপে চেক রিপাবলিকের মাঠে 1-1 ড্র করেছে ফিফা র্যাঙ্কিংয়ের শীর্ষে থাকা বেলজিয়াম। আজ রাতে মাঠে নামছে ফ্রান্স, জার্মানি, স্পেন, ইতালি, সুইডেনের মতো দল। আনোয়ার কানুন, nsports.